E olha eu aqui de novo. Sejam muito bem-vindos ao Universo e Troféus Bastion. Nós. 4% de jogo, 3 troféus conquistados até o momento. The Singer. Vamos lá então. Agradecer meu pessoal que comenta, que compartilha, que deixa aquele joinha, muito obrigado. Quer ajudar o canal? Pix, tudo na descrição. Bora nós caçar.
Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone.
Já tinha pegado.
Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him.
Tinha feito isso aqui, né? Vou fazer agora. Upgrade. Vou fazer
You want to tune a scrap musket, you start with the barrel.
De cada.
Takes a lot of moving pieces to make a dependable sidearm. With a good length of miscut, that bow's like new again.
Esse aqui eu já fiz.
Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
Bora.
The city brought the shards to the wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back.
Vamos entrar aqui agora.
After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid.
Na
and I won't be able to guide you back.
Isso aí, bog.
Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do?
Eu deixei o jogo um pouquinho mais escuro, pelo menos aqui pra mim. Porque eu tava achando que tava muito claro. Mas se ficar ruim, depois eu volto à configuração anterior. Pelo menos por enquanto.
But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating. Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know.
Música do faroeste. Não parece música do faroeste?
Wherever he is. Somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never
Eita, nós! Eita, nós!
There's no way out.
Putz. Putz, morri, cara.
The dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good.
Lugarzinho legal, hein? Deixa a bomba ainda.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of the Ura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gaiters.
Puta merda. O sapo. Pelo menos tá deixando tônico. Putz.
Bastion can send them even farther into the wild unknown. Kid sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. He has the nerve to flash the shield they stole. The security's just man the street.
Não.
Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Rondi, the bartender? Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of
Ó, o touro
the bull.
voando, velho. Touro voador. Pronto.
The gods,
Achei que ia me atacar.
they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong.
Caraca, roubaste o clone. Não, sai daí. O louco, ele tá cheio de vida, velho.
His friend,
Ah,
he's come undone too.
o esquema. Dá pra você dar uma pancadinha nele. Porque ele tem uns segundos, né? Quando ele dá uma pancada, ele fica meio atordoado. Então nesses segundos você dá uns daninhos.
He
Isso faz
sees
diferença, mano. Viu?
what's left undone.
Quem falava? Parece aquele cara do Walking Dead lá, mano. Como é que é o nome dele? Que tinha Matilda. Esqueci o nome do cara. Pô, nome tão fácil, esqueci o nome. Ele quase. Negan, Negan, Negan. Negan.
Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes
Da
to.
voz dele.
The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Bootlickers stick
Eita.
their nasty thorns into his heels. Disgusting things.
Solta.
Ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say.
Tomando dano? Tá. De boa. Oh, caramba. Ó. Tomando um monte de dano. Vai lá atrapalhar. Vai lá, bichinho.
They say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind.
Agora ferrou.
Não
Consegui sair. Ah, não! Sai daí. Ah, ainda bem. Matei. Não, eu não vou pra lá ainda. Vou dar uma fuçadinha. Ó. Ó. Eu falei que você tem que fuçar a fase antes de partir. Ó. Vendo? Não seja apressado. Porque ele não volta. Porra, Bastion, eu achei que você ia voltar ali. Eu queria ir lá embaixo, né? Aqui não passa, velho. Tá merda. Bora.
Mother only knows what happened in the bog. She never much cared to speak of it.
Vamos nessa.
A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers.
Opa, mais um.
Squirt cider will
Aumentei um
toughen you
pouco
right
life,
up.
beleza.
Too bad about the musty aftertaste.
Vou colocar aqui. Tem mais nada pra abrir? Aqui tem recompensas.
The Gravers, the arm of justice.
Beleza.
They seemed unstoppable.
Vai aqui então.
That's it. Few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place. The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places.
Na lojinha. %15 de demanda de resistência. Upgrade de material para Calamity. Seed efeito 66% de Health Tonic potência. Diminui a potência do seu tônico. Shield. Contra. Sei lá. Um contra-ataque, alguma coisa assim. Bora. Ah, deixa eu dar uma olhada nas minhas armas, né? Tudo certo.
The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wild.
Essa skill que eu tô usando do bichinho do amor ali. eu tô usando só para às vezes ele atrapalha os inimigos. Ele não é uma skill assim recomendável, tá? Se você tiver outra para usar, né, mas às vezes ele, por enquanto para mim, a minha jogatina não tá me atrapalhando. Tô me saindo bem. Mas caso você não tiver uma você mude de skill, qual você se adapta mais, né? Pra mim, por enquanto, tá indo. Se ele começar a me atrapalhar, não ver que não tá sentindo muito efeito, tchau.
All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down.
Ô louco, ô louco. Eles deixam uma bomba de presente ainda pra você. É foda. Opa.
Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon.
Putz, mudou a skill. Putz.
These beasts, they don't like company.
Pode ser até boa, velho. Putz, é boa. Boa pra caralho. Todos eles deixam uma bomba.
Even the brushers learn to fear this place.
Olha lá.
They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass.
Pronto.
They called her Queen
Tem bicho ali enfiado. Pera aí, vou pegar um de cada vez, né? Pronto.
The lagoon's got plenty of other dangers.
Pé de fruta. Aqui dá. Ah, o pé de HP. Nunca vi um pé de HP, olha aí. Pé de HP. Essas frutas aqui, se cair, eu ganho HP. Então é um pé de HP. Nunca vi, primeira vez que eu vejo um pé de HP.
Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? A stinkweed.
Que é veneno.
Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist.
Ó.
Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. Bad idea to walk in gator grass. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same. Sharp sticks make
Cadê o
Queen
bicho?
Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit.
Agora eu peguei uma lança, nova arma.
Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator's scraps. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths.
Posso usar aquela skill pra ele atacar. Ah, entendeu, entendeu. Pra distrair ele.
Queenie leaves the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options.
Isso funciona. A planta funcionou.
The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. Queen's got one mean bite.
O sapo funcionou também. Isso não sofre dano, não? Só com a lança. Sofre dano, não.
Best not to feed the local wildlife.
Agora que não sofre dano.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding.
Só não ficar no mato. Aí, agora sim.
Seems even stinkweeds know to stay
não.
away from the queen.
Aqui, passarinho. Ele vai me atrapalhar lá na frente. Wolf.
Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around.
Uncanny's Gator Egg.
Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait.
Vou usar um aqui.
Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go.
Agora você vem, né? Então vamos ver.
They say if you run
Olha lá o
across
bicho lá,
an
aí.
ankle gator, you better keep running.
Ô, louco. Pô, aí não, pô. Ô, louco, aí é sacanagem. Os guardinhos, hein?
She's starting to get annoyed.
Tá mais rápido? Ai, ai. Porra.
And now he's made her mad. Rest in peace.
Fi.
That was for the brushes.
Toma ainda.
The shard sitting in plain view.
Isso aqui, ó, tem mais coisa, ó. Opa, cadê eu? Morri pra pedra.
He's got it, and he's home free.
Partiu.
Kid's done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. That gator's a crazy
Usar
gal,
esse ovo aí.
but so is the gal who promised to look after her.
Apareceu. Tem um troféu relacionado aos pets, né? Esse aqui é um. Você vai chamar ele, vai vir atrás de você daqui a pouco. Quer ver? Olha lá. Vai te seguindo. Ó. Só isso que ele faz, mais nada.
They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
Então usa esse ovo aí. Ganha mais um pet. Pelo amor, essa skill.
With Pike and Repeater in hand, he's like a man come straight from the wilds.
Quanto que eu tô de grana?
All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it.
Bom, usei a lojinha. Isso aqui eu não vou usar forja. Forja ou a arma, né? Isso aqui, ó.
The
Arsenal.
arsenal's complete in case we need protection.
Não sei se tem uma ordem pra usar, eu tô usando.
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds. Know how Caelandia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wild could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past this city
Acertou ele, é isso aí.
is nothing but a freak show. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
Espingarda.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off.
Ó, fechou. Bala. É, vou esperar fechar muito não.
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done.
Mas vale. Ó. Aí.
Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
Ah!
Grand rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf.
Bala nele. É um pouquinho lenta, né? Não, ela é lenta. É um pouquinho, não, ela é lenta. Mas é bem... poder é bem forte. Destrutivo é forte. Opa.
Lunkheads settled in like they own the place.
Ó. Pegou.
Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, coffin, fungus everywhere.
Opa. Sim. Isso aqui explode, né? Passarinho. Passarinho, faz isso não.
Place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rails seem much more
lojinha, vamos
fighting
trocar.
in bygone times.
Aí.
Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in
facãozinho
the
mesmo.
Celandian War.
É, tava ligado, viu? Que você aprendeu e o bichinho ia vir pegar. Passarinho. Filho.
It was right here
Ah,
that
se você segura assim,
Zulf's
você taca.
forefathers decided to mix it up.
Segura o facão. Deixa apertado o botão. Você tá com o facão. Esquecido desse detalhe. É bom, cara, facãozinho de longe. Tirinho carregado.
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs.
Só um minuto. Oi. Alô. Tudo bom? Vamos lá então, voltando aqui, ainda bem que eu cheguei aqui.
Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While choking on swamp weed. While peckers trying to prick you in the eye.
Não vou passar ali.
Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
Passei.
But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zulf. Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham!
Uma
When the
carta.
kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these
Caldeirão.
days, but we'll take what we can get.
Vai fazer alguns.
The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity.
Acho que o caldeirão tem algumas fases ali também.
I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zulf. He ain't all that shy. Zulf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zulf told him. Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking.
Se quiser entrar no caldeirão para dar uma olhada, pode entrar.
You wolfs
Como é
down
que você
too
vai
much
entrar,
too
né?
fast, and it all goes to his head.
Aqui é uma segunda fase de Dream, sonhos. Os sonhos dele. Tem aquele pipe, agora tem esse
I've said a
caldeirão
lot
aqui,
about
tem
the
umas fases
kid,
aqui dentro.
but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this.
E você entra e dá uma fuçada, não tem problema.
What's he thinking? Well, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once.
Começar a vir inimigo pra tudo quanto é lado, aí você vai.
Once there
Vai
was a
ganhando uma
normal
grana.
Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the Tassel terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia.
Ih.
Her folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals. Ura refugees who came into the
Vai
city
bicar a
had
mãe.
to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out. The mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father.
Ferrou.
Her father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him.
Vem um sapo ainda.
Her father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the mancers. It's for your own good, he said. She took to studying the arts, learned more through music than history books, gained a
Queria
knack
entrar
for
aqui mais
strings and
upado, né?
songs.
Sim, cara.
At first, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an
Até que eu
urban
passei algumas
trader,
coisinhas aí.
selling out the city. Now, where were we?
Não tem uma chance.
One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him.
11.
Convinced her to take him to her family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals.
Altas bicadas, hein?
When the young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language, her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out.
Passando aí no bico.
The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult. Well, I digress.
Tá bom. Restart.
Knocks him into an uneasy
Começa de
sleep.
novo. Eu não vou fazer agora. Só pra mostrar mesmo como é que é. Mas será que eu fico com aquela grana? Fico? Não. Sei lá. Vamos lá.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve. The shards are getting harder to find. Not everything blew up in the Calamity. White Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt.
Ó, faca usada.
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too.
Marcando aí nesse pó. Esse veneno aí, ó, já era.
It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron.
Depois eu pego, deixa eu limpar a área aqui. Agora sim. Bom aqui dessa arma aqui. Ela destrói esses bichos que ficam atacando. Vamos ver aí. Eita.
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here.
Ó.
But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing.
Somente um pouquinho de fogo aí. É, quer fogo também? Tó.
The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt. The taste of air so hot it sticks to your lungs.
chega lá. Esse tipo aqui de inimigo. Ó, chega perto. Rapidinho ela destrói. Ó, os ossos também dá. Da moeda, ó, o ovo.
Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash.
Picker Nest, pega esse item. Tá vendo? Ó, os ossos também dá moeda. Tem um item ali também.
Best to keep out of the cauldron.
Ai, perdi.
We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway.
Facãozinho, por enquanto, facãozinho.
The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found.
Vou voltar aqui ver se tem uma coisa pra cá. Já tô achando que deve ter alguma coisa pra cá. Olha aí, olha aí. Nada de interessante assim, nada de nada. Vambora, vamos limpando.
Place as inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on.
Puta, eu caio direto, velho. Caindo muito. Passarinho, pé da mãe. Ó.
After all, when we look down inside Colford Cauldron.
Da moeda.
Look down through all the smoke and flames. We saw in there the heart of the world. The heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Jawson Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Perdi de novo. Ah, pois é aqui.
Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare.
Porra, o cara tomou golpe pra caramba, mano.
And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. Kid don't shed any tears for him, though.
Ajuda eu aí. Aí.
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city, but all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it. It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney.
Peterness.
We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight.
Tá aí, Pet Sitter. Mas no troféu, de pegar todos os pets, já não mais se preocupar com isso. Que é esse aqui, esses 3, beleza.
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now.
Tranquilo, você acha ele dentro das fases, tá tudo aí nos vídeos. Que boa.
The culture.
Mais
The
um
still
aqui.
life of old unwanted keepsakes.
Vigil completo.
I've asked a
1.500
lot of the
conto.
kid, but this is something he's done on his own.
Eu gostei. Vou colocar mais um aqui.
Never could ask for a song. Gotta watch your fingers around that little guy. Ah, come on, give the little tiger a break.
Manda ele voar, manda ele parar. Beleza. Então é isso aí. Mais um vídeo, mais um troféu. Beleza? Muito grande. 1 hora e pouco. Mas tá bom. Fizemos mais um progresso aí. Com a platina, beleza? Gostou? Comente, compartilha, deixa aquele joia. Eu vou ficando por aqui. Vocês vão ficando por aí. Um abraço.